Hello, welcome to Wofoy TV. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. It's been a little while. Today I wanted to talk about how to bring your spouse from wherever you are to the United States. Whether you're a U.S. citizen or you're a U.S. permanent resident. Focus on spouses that are outside the United States. Okay, all right, so I'm going to just talk about the petitioning stage. Whenever you want to bring your spouse to the United States, there are procedures that you need to follow to make sure that you're able to meet the requirements and comply with the immigration procedures. The first stage of bringing your spouse from outside the United States into the United States will be the petitioning stage. So you're petitioning the U.S. government that they should allow you to bring your spouse into the United States. The first thing that you should keep in mind, you'll be wondering, why do I need to petition? One thing that you need to understand is that immigration, or the ability to bring your spouse or your children or any of your family member into the United States is a privilege. It's never a right. You don't have a right to come to the United States because you're married to a U.S. citizen. It's a privilege. So there's the petitioning stage. So when the U.S. resident or the U.S. citizen spouse petitioning the U.S. government to allow you to come to the United States, there are steps and procedures that must be met and that must be followed in order for this procedure to get to a point where you'll be interviewed. Petition, you need to fill out the form I-130. The form I-130 is the form that is mostly used to bring an alien relative to the United States. So it's not just the wife, but you can use it to bring your siblings. You can use the same form to bring your parents. You can use the same form to bring your children. So the form I-130, you fill out that form. It asks for basic information, and then you add form I-130A, which is a supplemental form that asks for more information about the beneficiary. So the person who wants to bring the other person is the petitioner, and then the person who is going to come is the beneficiary. So the supplemental form, the I-130A, will ask for more information about the beneficiary, who is the person who's not in the United States that is being they are filing to bring into the United States. The next form that is optional but is good that you add that to it is G1145, and this is an e-notification form. That is a form that tells USCIS that you agree for them to send you notification through text messages and email. So when you send your petition and there's any action done on your case, you get a text message that will tell you that, oh, your case has been approved, or they're sending it, they are requesting you for more evidence, or they are sending it back for you to do something, for you to take an action. So that form is optional, but it's very important that you add that form to you so that you will be in the know about anything that happens to the petition. The next other thing that you need to do, because when you go to the USCIS website, it just tells you to apply with a form I-130, I-130A, and then the optional G1145. But there's more that you need to add as a person, because you're petitioning to bring your spouse to the United States. You need to prove that you, the petitioner, you are eligible to apply for that. Remember that this procedure can only be, you can only petition if you're a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. So you need to prove that which one of these that you meet the requirement for. So if you're a U.S. citizen by birth, then you need to include a copy of your U.S. birth certificate. If you are a U.S. citizen by naturalization, then you need to include a copy of your naturalization certificate. If you don't have your naturalization certificate with you, then you can use copies, all pages of your U.S. passport. And that is a little tedious because you need to scan all the pages of your passport. So how about you use your naturalization certificate, which will also prove that you're a U.S. citizen. So that will be for the petitioner. On the spouse or the beneficiary side, now the petitioner needs to prove that there is a bona fide marriage, there's a relationship, because remember, you are applying for your wife. So what shows that this woman is your wife or this man is your husband? So you need to include a copy of your marriage certificate, photocopy of your marriage certificate. I've done a video and talked about how to get, if you have that long marriage certificate, I've done a video talking about how to, scan it and get it on the regular paper size so that you can add that, because all of this, you need to print them and mail them. So so you can check out that video to see how to resize your marriage certificate, like scan and then get it resized on like a regular paper, letter size or A4 paper. The next thing that you need to do is to add more evidence. So it's not just a marriage certificate. Marriage certificate is not enough, because we are aware of marriage fraud, like visa marriage fraud, and it's very rampant in immigration. So your marriage certificate alone is not enough. You need to provide more evidence to show that there's actually a relationship with this beneficiary. So how do you prove that? If you're married to someone, what do you have to prove that you are married to that person? It could be communication, photos. There are so many ways that people are using to communicate to their spouse. If you write letters, have copies of the letters. If you're sending them money, Western Union, to keep up with your spouse, for upkeeping in, back in your home country, add for the copies of that. If you're chatting with them on WhatsApp, on Facebook, take screenshots. When you take screenshots, go into PowerPoint or Word document and then insert those screenshots in there so that you can have those evidence, those proofs. Make sure that if you're taking screenshots, the date is visible in these screenshots, or you can export your chat messages on WhatsApp and then you print them out. You know that when you export your messages, you are exporting any conversation that you don't want to be in there. You need to make sure that you exclude that information. Like if they're personal, very intimate information that is just between you and your wife or you and your husband that you don't want to share with immigration, that is very personal to you, you don't want another person reading it, then you need to make sure you exclude that information. But if you're taking screenshots, make sure that you're including the date, all right? Because sometimes when you scroll your message down, you make sure that the day and the month is showing up there, all right? And so you do all the screenshots, you take them in PowerPoint or Word documents, and then you compile all of them and then you print them out in color. The next thing that you can do, of course, Facebook posting. If you've posted on Facebook that you were married, include that. If you have your wedding pictures, include that. Your marriage ceremony pictures, include that. Pictures that features the family, not just the two of you that got married and stuff. The other thing that you could include, it could be a letter. You can write a letter about how you guys met, how you got married, so that it will kind of fill in the gaps where the pictures may not be enough to tell your complete story. Let's say that you got married in court and you didn't, you didn't have family members there because maybe the family members were not in agreement with the marriage. So that letter gives you the opportunity to tell your story, how you met and how the family didn't agree. But hey, if the marriage is legal, period, the U.S. government is not going to be the one to determine whether your marriage is good because your family didn't agree to it. No. But if you just send the pictures showing just you at the courthouse and they'll be like, where are the family members? So that letter will explain all the missing pieces, so that if somebody's looking at the pictures and they're wondering why is this that, why is his parents not in the pictures and all that, then the letter will explain all that portion. Then you need your passport pictures. So you need 2 passport pictures for the petitioner, and then you need 2 passport pictures for the beneficiary. Make sure that these pictures, you write your full name at the back of all the pictures. So if the pictures for the beneficiary, you write your full name on both pictures. You need 2 copies. And then in the pictures for the petitioner, you write your full name on both copies. And then you just put like a paper clip, and then you just clip it in there, or you can put it in those little tiny envelopes, and then you put it all together. And one other important thing to add will be a cover page. Immigration process is confusing, is a little complicated. So the best way to make things easier for you and for whoever is going through your documentation to see what is try to organize your stuff very neat. So you get a cover page, and then you talk about item number 1 is the notification the form G1145. Item number 2 is the form I-130. Item number 3 is form I-130A, that supplemental page for the beneficiary. And then the next will be item number 4 or number 5 will be your evidence. And then but don't forget to include your check, your payment. At the moment, the fee for petition is $535. So you either use a personal check or you buy a cashier's check. It is recommended, highly recommended. I personally will recommend that you use a personal check, so that when you send it and they take the money from your account, you know that, hey, everything is good. So they've taken the payment. If everything is not good, they will not take your payment. They will not take your money. If your paperwork, something is missing and all that, and they want to reject it, they are not going to take your money. They will send your check and everything in that folder back to you. So your bank account, will help you, know that cash the check. So that means that, my petition is good. All right. So, and then on the check, they want you to issue it to U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security. On the date that you will write on the check should be month, day, year. And your signature, and then the memo line, you just write in there I-130 petition, and then you just arrange everything in good order. One thing that you can add will be you can help you organize will be this. All right, this sticky notes, post-it sticky notes. So the paper, just give me a moment. Let me pick up paper. So let's say that this is one of your forms, all right? So you use this and then you stick it to the corner of the form, and then you write there what that form is. So you write there I-130 petition. And then you do that for the next form. The next form, you put the sticker there, and then you write there whatever that form is. so that it will be easy for the person when the person is going to, like, because you might end up with this stack, like this high of a stack, all right, depending on how much evidence that you send. So when you do that, the person goes through and they're not like, oh, okay, this is the petition. They go through that. They know, I'm looking for, where's the check? Where's the check? And then they know that, oh, there's the check. And then they take it out so that it will make it easy for them. Remember, you want this person to be in a good mood, okay? So that, everything, will go through smoothly, seamlessly, so that there's no problem. Because the time that you send your petition in for them to approve it, it can take from anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. So if this gets rejected, if they ask you for more evidence or ask you for anything extra, remember, you're prolonging the process. So you just want to make sure that the person finds everything that they need, because they have a checklist of, like, oh, this thing needs to be there, check. This thing needs to be there, check. So you make sure that you organize and make everything easy for the person who is going to review your paperwork, so that everything will be like a slam dunk for them, and then they will just quickly go through it, and then if everything is ordered, they just approve it for you. So today, that was all that I wanted to talk about, is petitioning to bring your alien spouse or your foreign spouse to the United States, and how to put your petition together and get everything together. So with time, I will come again and then talk about the next stage after your petition has been approved. All right, and so stick with me, guys, and I'll go through this whole process with you through to interview stage. If you enjoy my video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your family members, because I want to take you on this immigration journey with me, so that you will know and understand every stage of the procedure, so that you will know what to present and you don't cause unnecessary delays for your process. All right, so if you enjoy my videos, please join my Facebook group called Moving to America /Wofoy TV, where I post videos, I post comments, I give you tips about immigration process. You can ask questions. There are people there who also are enthusiasts about coming to America, and you can check out my page, Wofoy TV. That's the official Facebook page. I'll share all the videos that I make here. I share them over there, where you can interact with me and in the private group about any question that you have about immigration. Please know and understand that I'm not an immigration lawyer. Every opinion that I share here on my channel is personal, stuff that I have learned and come to understand, things that I have done my own research about. I have gone through this process myself, and that's why I'm sharing tips on things to get done to make your process seamless and easy. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.